Hey folks, it's Charlie here from Charlie in the Rain, sitting down with a local talent who is like blowing my mind. Such epic music. I'm obsessed. It's Ronan Maclean. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm so good. I'm so excited to finally be chatting with you because you're doing some epic things in the local scene, and I'm so excited to be able to share this with a few more people who might have not known before. But to start us off, could you introduce yourself for us? Tell us a bit about you, the music you make, anything going on in your world that we need to know.
Sure. My name's Ronan Maclean. I'm sort of a local pop artist, and I just recently released an EP, and we did a small tour as well to promote that. We played a couple shows in Byron, Gold Coast, and Brisbane, and yeah, it's been going really well. The support's been incredible, and we've got one last show coming up, so we can chat about that soon.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, I have been like following what you've been doing with this EP and this tour, and I am just absolutely obsessed. But to start us off, it's been a hot minute since you released this EP, but it's still so fresh in our hearts and minds. The Maniac EP. It's your debut release. Can you tell us a little bit about this?
Sure. Okay, the EP is my first sort of project, or sort of like, I'd like to say this is where I sort of like decided on it's almost like an era. It's like the Maniac era, this whole thing. Because before then I was just releasing singles, which I've been doing for like a while. But I was like, it's time to actually, do something a little bigger. Obviously not an album yet. I don't have that much money, but like, and I thought an EP would be awesome, and then to like try and do some shows around it and use all of that as promotion. And I recorded most of the EP in like the backseat of my car, which we can talk about in a second as well. Um, so I wanted to make it like a whole package, and I think I've done a really good job on that. And yeah, and like you said, it was a little bit ago, so that version of the EP, this sort of era, might be sort of coming to a close soon. But I've got a couple more little surprises up my sleeve until we say goodbye.
Yes, I love that. I literally love the definition of an era because it truly is. You've got full commitment to the bit. You've got the posters, the tour like aesthetics. Everything has got so much thought put into it. But one of the things that's really caught my attention, and I know it's caught the attention of so many people online, you've been committing to the social media grind. You've been sharing the videos of you recording a lot of this EP, as you said, in the backseat of your car. This is so like cool and unique. Could you tell us a bit more about this? What was your inspiration, the thought process behind it? How did it all play out? Let us know.
So basically, the whole recording in my car thing, because remember the EP, I only released it recently, but I
Hmm.
actually recorded it like a long time ago. So it's been a little while since I actually recorded it. And when I was first recording like the single, which is I Hope You Never Know Her, which is the sort
Yeah.
of single from the EP, I was living with a roommate, and it was kind of like, it was just toxic. It wasn't good living there. And so I felt like I couldn't be creative in the house that we were living in. And so I'd almost like retreat to my car, because there was like a sort of a safe space for me to go and just like make stuff. And so I was just doing that. I was recording stuff in my car at that time, and writing and recording and just doing everything in there, which is kind of sad now that I think about it. But it struck a little thing in me. I was like, wait, this is actually kind of cool. Like, my car's like pretty soundproof, so I can almost use it like a little studio. And then I was like, well, I'm recording my EP in here, so why don't I just record the rest of the EP in here and make that a thing, and make some content about it and show the process of how I'm making everything. And yeah, it really seems to have like sort of struck a chord. I feel like whenever I meet people, they're like, "Oh my God, you're the fucking..." Sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to swear in
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
You're the recording in your car guy. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. That's me. And yeah, it's cool. I'm really happy that been something from people to remember me by and remember this era and the EP by. And it came from an authentic place, you know, because I'm still recording in my car today, even though I've moved out of that toxic environment.
I love that you've been able to turn this thing that's like obviously not a good time for you. You've gotten out of it, which is great, but like you've been able to turn this like hurt and this like hindrance to your creative process into something that's so memorable and so like unique and exciting. I love it. You've really emphasized the like DIY local artist on a budget aesthetic over here.
Totally, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I've definitely leaned into it, especially with I've got like a little plush toy, which I've named, it's like a little avocado. I've named her Michelle. So she's the receptionist of the car studio. It goes a bit more lore.
Love that. When the world turns their ears on and starts listening to your music, you get up on that world stage. There'll be a full documentary about your car studio, and I'm waiting for the day that happens.
Yeah, totally. Oh,
Yeah.
that's fun.
Yeah, I love it. And another thing I really love about this Maniac EP is that it's taking like there's so many different aspects of yourself, of like your musicality in this little EP package. I'd love to ask, like, what was it like putting in these different things? Like, you've got the interpolation of the track Maniac, you've got these like singles that have like sort of a different sort of feel. Like, you know, when you listen to the EP, like in audio, like, oh, I'm feeling this, then this, then this. What was it
Yeah,
like packaging these all together? What's like that string throughout it all that you're like, yes, this is my story.
sure, sure. Well, I think since I've been releasing music, so I've been releasing music for a couple of years, but every single song that I've made has been different in some way, like different genre, different vibe. I'm just sort of like having fun with it. And so I'm thinking, when I was making this EP, I was thinking, all right, let's actually use that as like sort of the thing that ties everything together, that it's kind of a bit nuts, it's a bit crazy. And it's the Maniac EP, so I was like, you know what, let's be a maniac, and let's make it's like a pop rock song. There's a dance pop song, and then there's like a sort of almost like a sort of country-ish sort of song on there. And so I was like, let's just make that the thing. And actually, I'll say it here. I'm actually releasing a sort of almost a deluxe edition of the EP called the Maniac EP, and then in brackets Extra Crazy, with 2 extra songs that keep going along on that sort of vein of being so absolutely nuts. Because after the EP, after this whole thing wraps up, I'm gonna start. I'll definitely start honing in on a specific sort of style and genre to try and build like a fan base of like it'll be like pop, you know. It's all pop already, but it'll all be nicely wrapped up together. But yeah, I thought I would just go a little nuts just for this thing and just experiment, make some cool stuff. I was just like, let's just do it.
Yes, I love that. And I'd love to ask then, for people who are pressing play for the first time, the 10th time, the 100th time, maybe they've never even pressed stop and it's just been playing the whole time. I'd love to know what you would suggest the ideal listening experience is for the Maniac EP. What are the vibes?
Okay, I would say to get the ideal experience,
Mhm.
I would say listen to the EP, which is 3 songs currently, you know, because we got the 2 more songs coming soon. But I would say listen to the 3 songs from front to back. So it'll be Maniac, then I Hope You Never Know Her, then Train Track Line. So you get the full picture, and yeah, I think you'll understand what I'm about when you listen to that. It's about 10 minutes of music, and I've spent a lot of months and years on it, so I think you'll really enjoy it. So
Yeah, I love like
I hope you do.
yes. I'm loving it at least. So hopefully if people are watching, I'm sure they have a similar like musical mindset to me, so they're going to be loving it. But such an important thing you mentioned there is like the length. It isn't a super long project. Like it's not like you've got to commit to like, you know, an hour of sitting down to listen to everything. So it's so easy to press repeat and listen to it so much. I do that. I go in, I'm like, okay, like I put on music when I'm like, okay, I'm gonna clean my room, I'm gonna do some work, and I just press repeat, and it goes through. You don't realize you're listening to it for the fourth time until you actually look at the statistics, because it's not like, oh, I've heard this song before. It's like, heck yeah, this is such a great track.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, and it is really nice to hear you say that because it's not it isn't a massive project, but it is my first sort of project-ish sort of thing. So it's been a lot of effort and time, and it's really nice to hear the positive feedback people have had about it, and it just makes me excited to make more music for everyone like you who's listening to it and enjoying it.
Yeah, oh, I love that. But another thing you've been doing as part of this era, you've been on a little East Coast tour with your band. I have been following along with this, and I am so in awe of this tour and what you've been able to do with it. But I'd love to start off by asking, what was this tour, the dates that you've done so far? What was it like?
It was incredible, I have to say. First of all, it was absolutely insane because it's also kind of crazy, but I'd never really done proper shows before. Like we'd done a couple of little things here and there, but I only really got the band together about a year and a half ago because I was like, all right, it's time to start, playing for the people who. Playing live is such a big thing. I don't know why we hadn't done that already, but I was like, all right, it's time to sort that out. And it was this tour where I was like, all right, I think we're ready to actually, do a proper big thing, big promotional effort. And we played in Byron Bay, Gold Coast, and Brisbane, and we've done a couple of shows like supports in Brisbane as well. And we also have the finale coming up soon. But yeah, it was insane. I mean, I basically organized the entire thing myself. No booking agents, no managers, no nothing, which was quite the feat, quite the experience. But seeing people who genuinely really like the music and like who were just the joy on people's faces, like from what we were creating was just like it was mind blowing. It's insane seeing stuff like that, and it's just so motivating. It makes me want to do more shows, and I was so excited for this finale on November 2nd because I think it's going to be a really really good send off for the whole tour.
Yeah, absolutely. And you spoke in that to like doing this yourself. That is massive. I've always like dreamed, oh, I'm gonna put on a concert, I'm gonna book all my favorite artists. That is so much work. That's why I'm too scared to jump into that. You did multiple shows of a tour. You did the whole Maniac tour on your own, like planning all of this. That is insane. Can you tell us a little bit about this? What was it like? Let us know for people like me who are way too scared to commit to this. What was this process like?
First of all, you need to put on a show because I know that it'd be so cool because you have so many cool contacts and so many cool friends. I think it'd be awesome, and I would be there. Yeah, it's definitely crazy. I mean, you got to remember, like, people aren't just gonna buy tickets. Like, you have to almost convince people to want to spend their time and their hard-earned money to come to your shows. And it's a huge, like, that's a big undertaking. And then also like the technical aspects I had two supports for every show. So like, and the only contact they had was with me. So I had to make sure that all the venues were cool with what they had. Sorry, I've forgotten what the actual question was. I've just sort of started yapping about something else.
Yes, no, you're answering it exactly, like telling us about the process of putting this tour on by yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was okay. It was crazy. It was absolutely nuts. And when you do put on your show, you're gonna realize how absolutely crazy and nuts it is. But when you actually on the night, if things go well, which for me, I feel like the Brisbane show, which is kind of like where my main audience is, was probably the most special night of my life. It was so cool seeing the genuine joy and love from people who I had never seen before in my entire life, but who knew me. Like, that's a really, really weird feeling. And then they knew all of the lyrics that I wrote. It's such a strange, so weird, but so special, and makes it all worth it. It really does.
Well, that's so special. And one of the things that I was seeing again with your social media, you're so good on this social media grind, can I just say? Like some artists, it's so easy to be like, wait, I didn't know this artist was putting on a show. I didn't know this was happening. You're up there, you're like, hey, this is what's happening. This is what you need to know. And I
Yeah.
was following along with your Gold Coast show. For starters, it was an afternoon show, and I'm like, I love a good afternoon show. I love I can be home in bed by my normal time type of gig.
Yeah.
And you were completely transparent and honest with this. You went, posted a little video. I think it was also from your car. And
Yeah,
you were,
I've made that a
yeah,
thing.
yes, you were like, hey, like, here's the actual situation. Like, we need to sell more tickets. Unfortunately, we haven't sold enough tickets. And then just after that, I saw everyone on social media resharing it. I got messages from several people like, are you around the Gold Coast? Can you get to the Gold Coast for this? So, like, there was such a community that listened to what you were saying and went, hey, like, he's actually been really, like, genuine and honest with us here. We're going to give back. And then I saw all the videos from the gig, and it was such a heartwarming thing to see a community. I'm going to, like, cry thinking about it. It was so special to see a community banding together, being like, hey, like an artist needs our help. Let's head along. It was so special. I'd love to, from this experience, ask what this experience was like, and then if you could speak to a bit of the importance of having people buy their tickets for local shows, buy their tickets in advance if they know they're going to come along, and how that it really impacts someone like yourself, not just performing but also organizing these shows.
Yeah. No, and it's funny because when I made that video, I was really nervous to post it
Mm.
because it really is just, it's like showing the stuff that you don't really see. You don't see when like you haven't sold enough tickets and the venue's like emailing you like we need to sell more
Mm.
tickets. It's like it's I was like, I don't know what to do here, but what if I just make a video and just say like, hey guys, what's going on?
Mm.
If you can make it to this gig, I'd love to see you there. Um, and yeah, I really didn't expect it to sort of reach so far and wide. So it was really, really beautiful to see, everyone sharing it around. And yeah, and we ended up selling like, I think, look, it wasn't an incredible amount, but I think we sold like 45 tickets. So that was really beautiful to see, like, especially on a matinee show, because
Yeah.
that's a whole different ball game. Because and I also I that the reason we did it there was because it was all ages as well. So I
Yeah.
wanted to have one show where the under 18s could come. Uh, because with my music, it's pop music and it's loved by young people as well as older people, and I really wanted to have something for them, and definitely we'll need to do some more under 18 or like all ages shows in the future.
Mm.
'Cause it was really special and really fun.
Yeah, I love that. And especially like the artists that put in that extra effort to make sure they have like an all ages gig or make sure they have something accessible for the younger fans. The artists that had that when I was under 18 are still the artists at the top of my list. They're the ones who I'm always like, I will always, yeah, I'll always spend that extra money to buy the physical music or buy the shirt for them because they cared for me when, like, it's easy in the industry to be like, oh, no one cares for under 18 audiences because it's so tricky to cater.
Yeah.
It's in Brisbane, it's impossible to put on an all ages show because there's like maybe two venues and they have to be like afternoon gigs or like weird times. So it's so special to see an artist like you standing up and making these opportunities. It's so easy to see how like passionate you are about catering for your audiences. I genuinely love this so much.
Yeah, because I think I had like a lot of under 18 people messaging me and saying like, oh, you need to do a show for all ages. And I was like, I do, you're right. And I'm gonna do it, no matter what it takes. And yeah, it was definitely quite difficult to sort of pull that together, and have everything fall into place. So yeah, I really appreciate you saying that because it was an extra effort to try and figure that out. So, um, but yeah, and also the people there seemed really appreciative, and you almost forget. I mean, as a musician, you almost do forget that that whole audience can't go to many shows at all, really. And so like they really are grateful when they can come and watch something, watch one of their favorite artists. Not saying I'm their favorite artist, but just like watch someone that they like live. Um, but yeah, it's so I'm grateful that we got to put it on, and I'm thankful to hear you say that.
No, absolutely. It's again, it's a thing now that like I'm 20 years old. I forget how much all ages shows are important. Like when I fell in love with the local scene when I was like 13, so obviously a big part of my music life was bargaining for all ages shows and being that person in the DMs like, hey, like if by chance I used to meet up with artists outside of venues because I couldn't get in the venue. And like when you grow up and you're over 18, it's like, oh, okay, whatever, just wait a few years. But no, it's such an
It's
important
yeah,
connection to have. Yeah.
it's funny because when I was, it's almost sad because when I was under 18,
Mm.
I would almost, I would barely go to any concerts. I mean, I grew up down south in a
Mm.
sort of smaller area, so there weren't really that many shows happening anyways. But like when I came to Brisbane when I was about 18, I realized all this that I've been missing out on. And then I was like, well, I everyone's been missing out on this stuff. Like there just isn't that much on. It's just really, yeah. There needs to be more all ages stuff going on. And I'll definitely contribute to that and put some more all ages shows on. However I can.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Just again, I'm gonna cry. It's so important to see this sort of thing happening. Thank you for putting in that extra effort.
It's all good. I am really glad to hear you say that because it is actually a bit more effort to do.
Mm.
Um, but and also, but yeah, do remember it is pop music, so it is a really young people focused sort of genre, and a lot of people who are even very young, you know, would really, it's music that they can connect to when they don't really know what music they really do like. If I don't know if that makes sense, but like it's, you know, since it's pop music, I definitely want to cater for the young people more.
Yeah, absolutely. If you look at any pop show that comes to like the Fortitude Music Hall or River
Mm.
Stage, like you know, the big international acts, I feel out of place in those crowds because there's so many people from like the age of 13 to 16 there. I'm like, these are the
Yeah.
people that are going to be listening to music like yours and falling in love with it.
Yeah, no, well, those are the people who are going to be carrying the torch for the music scene. So it's definitely a cool thing to see.
Yeah, absolutely. But you've mentioned this a few times. I'm so excited to chat about it. You've got a secret show coming up, 2nd of November, just so soon. You've been sharing a few little details, keeping a few things secret. Can you tell us what we're allowed to know about this show?
Sure. So this show is it's the finale for the Maniac tour. So it'll be the last Ronan Maclean show for a little while,
Mhm.
um, and it's almost like a celebration of the entire era in a secret location near like Wollongabba.
Mhm.
But you forget the actual address when you buy tickets. They will tell you where to go. And we've got an incredible local talent, Samara, and her band opening for us. And she actually opened for us or supported us in Gold Coast. So she absolutely blew me away at that show. So and she offered to support for this final show as well. And I was like, I wouldn't have anyone else. Uh, and yeah, what else can I say about it? It's if you've been to if you've seen a show already, we will be playing some of the songs you might have missed. So I'll say that we might be playing some other things. Uh, what else can I say? Uh, Honestly, tickets are $10. There's a limited capacity, so if you do want to come, grab a ticket now. Uh, but yeah, it's going to be super special. It's going to be so fun. November 2nd, it's on a Sunday, and it will be done before like 10. So if you got work the next day, come through anyways, and just you don't have to drink or anything, but like just come and hang out, listen to some nice music. It's going to be really cool. And I cannot wait for the send off for the tour. It's going to be awesome.
Yes. Oh, I love a good little like secret, little like, oh, gotta buy the ticket to find out. You've got to be in it to know. I love that. I'm so excited to see how the show folds out.
I'm I think I'm very 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 excited for this show. Like almost more excited because it's like yeah, it feels different somehow, you know, because
Mm.
it's like a little mysterious. It's like the finale. People are expecting a little more. What? So I think it's going to be a super 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 special night. And I'd love to see you all there. I'd love to see you there. Um, yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yes. And you're mentioning this is the finale of the Maniac tour. You've made it very clear that Maniac is an era. I'd love to ask, once we close the final pages on this Maniac era, what can we expect? Is there any future plans that we can get an insight into, or is it all under lock and key for now?
I think I can say a little bit. Um, so there is still a little bit to go in the Maniac era. That I've got a couple more little things I've got planned, as I've mentioned before, like the deluxe edition and this final show. And I've got a couple a little tiny little details that I'll sort of release. But after the Maniac era closes, you know, turns the page, um, I have got some I don't want to give too much away, but I've definitely got some cool, some a new sort of thing that I'll be doing, and like I said before, I'll be honing in on a sort of a more specific style, and trying to make that a sort of a so I can grow a fan base of people who all enjoy a similar sound. Um, so the Maniac EP and the Maniac era has been a special one because it's been, you know, me just kind of experimenting and like basically when I was making all the different songs, like I had, as you do as a listener, I was just kind of like, at one point I was listening to a lot of like pop rock, like Blink 182 and like Green Day and like yeah, even like MGK, Machine Gun Kelly in his like sort of pop punk rock phase. And I was like, I've been listening to a lot of this stuff. Why don't I just make something like it? And so I Hope You Never Know Her was like the first song that I made in that style, and I was like, this is awesome. I need to get this out. And the same thing with like the other ones, Train Track Lines, sort of more country, so country-ish. I was listening to a lot of country when I was making that, and I was like, let's just try it. And so it's been really cool, just like to absolutely let loose and go nuts, like knowing that it's all tied in by how nuts it is. Like, um, but yeah, I'm looking forward to actually just like diving deep into a specific sound and um, yeah, really honing in on the what I love the most, which is straight pop music.
Oh, I love it. I am an absolute sucker for like good pop music. One of the things that really caught my eye with this whole Maniac era, I'm a big fan of Conan Gray. And one of his
Mm.
biggest songs is called Maniac. And I was like, there's a new Maniac
Bang.
in town. I need to get on the train.
For real. No, that I love Conan Gray. I reckon he's one of my favorite artists. His songwriting is just excellent songwriter. Um, and yeah, that song Maniac was it's quite old now, but when that came out, that was my absolute jam. I put that thing on all the time. And you can definitely hear the influences of his Maniac in my Maniac and in my other music. Yeah, Conan Gray, Maniac, we're competing now. I don't like him anymore. We're competing. My Maniac's better. No.
Oh gosh, I love that. Okay, you're gonna make me choose now. I don't want to have to choose between the two of y'all.
You have to
But
pick either me, it's Ronan or Conan, and that's it. No. The good thing about art is that you can love everyone. You don't have to pick anybody. You can just love everything that you want, and everyone benefits.
absolutely, I love that. And on that note of everyone benefits and you can love what you love, I'd love to ask you how people who have either been a fan of you since like day one, people who have fallen in love with this Maniac EP, seen you on the tour, have just clicked on this interview for the first time, never heard of you before, and is now a fan. How can we all best support you to get you up there, get that music out there, maybe upgrade your car studio to like a limousine for the next one?
Yo, that now we're talking. Now we're talking. Um, yeah, well, look, just I think if I can ask anyone who's only just discovering me now, put on the Maniac EP and see if you like it. Uh, or and yeah, just if you do end up liking it, grab a ticket to the finale. I'd love to see you all there. Um, but yeah, just give us a follow on Instagram at Ronan Maclean. Uh, I yeah, just but more importantly, chuck the songs on and see if you like them. I hope you do as much as I enjoyed making them, and I enjoy listening to them because I know a lot of artists who make music and they like don't listen to it. I'm kind of the opposite. Like for example, Maniac. It was a song that I wanted to exist because I there's the original, which is sort of what you sort of mentioned it at the beginning, but it's an interpolation of that song from the '80s, and I was like, I think that I can add something to this, and so I was like, I want to create this thing that I feel doesn't exist right now, like almost like a modernized version of it, with like a guitar solo and all this crazy stuff. And then when I created, I was like, wow, I literally created exactly what I wanted to exist. So like I'm listening to it. Like if this came out from someone else, I'd be listening to it because it's just like it's a song that I wanted to exist. But I think it's so cool because I don't make any money off of Maniac because it goes to the original songwriters. But I was like, I don't care. Like I just this is something that I want to exist, and so I'm gonna just put it out there anyway. So yeah, I really hope you guys all like it when you chuck it on, and I hope to see you at a show sometime soon.
Yes. Also, like on that note of Maniac, I love it so much because it feels like you brought it into the new generation. I when I listened a few times, I'm like, I need to go back and listen to the original, and I'm like, nah. I'm like, I've got your version.
Nah, it's not that good. No,
No, I've gotten
it's
used to the
definitely
better
different.
version.
It's definitely different. 'Cause I knew where I wanted to take it. I had the idea of what I wanted to do with it. And yeah, no, I think the original is amazing in its own way. But I really do think that I've created something fresh and modern, and I don't feel like I'm ripping it off in any way. I think that I'm really proud of what I've created, and I really think that people. I mean, the feedback that I've gotten so far has been awesome, and I really think people will like this one.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I literally love it so much. And I'd love to ask you one final question today. I'm actually really excited to hear your responses to this. I'd love to know which artists you've been listening to and loving, which Aussie acts in the local scene, in the broader scene across the country, you've been having on repeat and you'd love to give a shout out to.
Sure. Let me have a little think because I wanna make sure that I say the right answers here.
Yeah.
Um,
The Zoom call will cut us off in about 3 minutes.
oh,
Just
three
letting you
minutes.
know.
Yeah, okay. I'll be quicker than that. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay. So some local artists that I've been really liking. Well, first of all, I have to say Lyric, because she's been killing it though. I mean, she's playing Spilt Milk and all this stuff. So I won't spend too much time on her. She's already doing really well. But just as a broad thing, she is doing incredibly, and I'm absolutely loving her new EP and everything. Who else? There's a band called Tear Drive who I've been absolutely loving, Brisbane-based band. Only got a couple songs out, but they're like really, 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 really fucking good. So definitely check them out. Who else? My friend Elodie McLeod. She's just an incredible songwriter. Even I have another friend Parker who's more Gold Coast based, but he also makes sort of like pop 80s inspired pop music. He's incredible. Oh god, there's just too many. There's too many. Man, just go through all of Charlie's interviews and listen to everybody. And then you'll find I'm sure you'll find your new favorite artist somewhere in there.
I love
There's so many great artists around here though, I have to say.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I love your suggestions. The like local scene, like the Brisbane, the Southeast Queensland scene. I literally love it so much. There is so much talent where it gets to the point where it's like, I can't equally listen to everyone because everyone is so good and there's just too much goodness coming
Too
out.
much great music coming out of here.
Yeah.
What do they put in the water?
Exactly. That's what we need the federal investigation to be.
Totally. It's that Brisbane River, I'm telling you. There's something fishy going on down there. So it breeds musicians.
Oh, I love it. Yes,
But
no,
no, yeah,
thank
there's some absolute talent coming out of, and it's awesome because it's like great music. Like I just want to listen to it. It's awesome. It's really awesome. So
Yes.
yeah,
Oh, I love it. I want to say a massive thank you for making the time to chat about all things the Maniac EP, the whole era. I am obsessed with it. Thank you for releasing it and sharing this all with us.
no problem. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a fun little conversation, and thank you. I know you're also really busy, so thanks for making time for me. And yeah, incredible questions by the way. Like super insightful, and you can tell you care. So thank you very much.